Hey, what is up, mortals? It is Trina here with a new video for you. In this video, we'll dive into Pomanders from the Wonder Egg Priority anime. I just wanted to greet you guys by saying sit back and relax, you're in for a treat. So let's get started. Wonder Eggs are not the only magical item to be found in Wonder Egg Priority. While the eggs can be considered the base, Pomanders are supported items that are similar to power-ups, as described by Uraraka. They appear as charms on a necklace, all with unique designs. Each of the protagonists receive one with little instruction on how to keep them. Uraraka's words of guidance are that they need to be hatched in the real world with body heat. Holding them with both hands and rubbing gently works best. They must be hatched when the owner is completely alone because they imprint on the first being that they see as their parent. To summon them from the Pomander, say Veni, and to dismiss them, say Ready. Each of the girls follows Uraraka's instructions and hatches them when they are completely alone. Ai hatches hers hidden behind the blanket covering her top bunk bed. Neru hatches hers after she's left alone for the day in her office. Rika hatches hers under a jungle gym at a park, and Momoe hatches hers on the school roof after turning down a love confession. None of the girls had any idea what to expect from their Pomanders, so let's find out what, as they did. Ai's Pomander is a small, egg-shaped charm on a necklace chain. It has a blue flower adorning the top and crescent moons on every side with a blue background. It has gold lining its shape and small green gems on the bottom of it. The blue backgrounds are in the shape of flower petals, and the charm resembles a flower blooming when it is open. When hers hatches, it climbs on her head and she looks confused, saying, "I'm not sure how to react." The creature inside of Ai's Pomander is a small green chameleon that she named Leon. Each of the Pomanders have two forms, small and large. Leon's small appearance is of a typical chameleon. He has a cute appearance with big blue eyes and eyelashes and two red rings around his body. Despite being a chameleon, he never changes his color and only stays green. His large form resembles an herbivore dinosaur. He becomes as large as a horse. His body is still green, but he has long red fins starting on his head and all the way down his back. His curly tail now has red and green on it. He wears a pair of brass goggles on his head as well. When Ai is in combat, Leon can help in his big form by using his tongue. He uses it to grab and swallow enemies whole to bring their numbers down. Ai can also use Leon's tongue as a base to swing off of. In the final episode, Ai refuses to bring Leon out of the Pomander to fight Kirara after hearing what had happened to Manon in panic. She is surrounded by enemies and refuses to break her egg, trying to keep Leon safe. She is forced to continue when Akka releases Leon from the Pomander and tells her to complete the mission. By the end of the series, Leon is presumably still alive. Neru's Pomander is a heart-shaped brass charm with a design of two white snakes on it. The part that connects to the chain looks like a small crown. It has two sides that resemble a flying beetle when open. When it hatches, she simply looks blank and says, "a snake." The creature inside of her Pomander is a small pink-white snake with a pink spot on his forehead, pink markings that look like lipstick on his mouth, and a pink tip on his tail. He also has large yellow eyes. Neru names the snake Pinky after his markings. Pinky's large form doesn't change much, but he becomes more pink and now wears a rainbow polka dot bow on his head. His tail looks like a fish's fin with dark pink coloring. In his large form, Neru can ride on him and does so with Kotobuki when facing off against her wonder killer, Dr. Seki. Pinky is extremely fast and Neru holds on by clutching the ribbon on his head, evading any of his attacks. Pinky's fate is unknown, due to Neru disappearing at the end of the series, but is most still likely with her. He's never seen her mention being killed, similarly to Leon. Rika's Pomander is also heart-shaped, but is gold with shell patterns on it. It has a purple crown on top with gold zigzags and a sapphire gem in the middle of the pendant. The chain is connected to the top right corner rather than the top center. When it hatches, Rika lets it crawl on her arm and says hello to it. Rika's creature is a small tortoise she names Manon. He is a small white tortoise with a brown and white shell. He has a blonde mohawk, yellow eyes, red nose, green teeth, and blue claws. His large form looks mostly the same except for him gaining colorful frills around his shell. In the show, Manon has proved to be extremely protective and loyal to Rika. During the battle with Mukade, the Wonder Killer tries to manipulate Rika into killing herself, claiming she would be happier that way. With her low self-esteem and depression, Rika almost agrees to be killed. Before she can be taken out, Manon jumps in front of her and takes the blow. Since his shell is extremely hard, the attack does no damage to him. This selfless act causes Rika to realize she wants to live and finishes off Mukade. At the end of the series, Rika finally saves Chiemi, who happily exclaims about seeing her before disappearing. Manon nuzzles Rika and she affectionately asks him if he wants to keep fighting with her. They are suddenly ambushed by a large wrecking ball that is aimed at Rika. Manon again pushes Rika out of the way to take the blow. The wrecking ball crashes into Manon, crushing his shell, spraying blood everywhere and killing him. The attacker is revealed to be a dragonfly-headed girl named Dot, who is made by Frill. Dot gleefully informs Rika that she won't kill her and laughs hysterically. When Rika tries to attack her, Dot breaks her sword, showing her true strength. Fearful, Rika falls to the ground and Dot picks up Manon's bloody head, offering it to her to eat. This is the last time Rika sees Manon and the last time he appears in the show. In the special episode, Rika breaks down crying and says that she misses Manon. Momoe's pomander is a white diamond with a sharp gold band wrapped around it and a turquoise gem in the middle. At the bottom hangs another turquoise gem and the chain is crossed over itself at the top. Inside is a tiny crocodile that Momoe names Panic. He has a turquoise-green color with a light yellow underbelly and blue spots. He has huge blue eyes with eyelashes and pink circular markings on his face that resemble glasses. Panic's large form changes quite a bit, mostly with his markings and colors. He now sports a white mohawk and wears a white and blue dress collar. He has spikes running down his back that alternate in color between orange and purple. Initially, Momoe is afraid of Panic due to him being a crocodile and flinches when he jumps up in her hand after first hatching. He shows his sweet side to her and gains her affection, although he likes to nibble on her at times. Like Manon, he shows extreme devotion to Momoe towards the end of the show. After Momoe revives Haruka and breaks down crying, she is approached from behind by an unknown girl. The girl appears to have a black bag on her head, but it opens up to reveal a butterfly instead. She is another of Frill's creations, named Hyphen. She carries a scythe on her back and congratulates Momoe on her accomplishment before asking how she would like to die. As soon as she sees Hyphen, Momoe utters Veni to call Panic out of the pomander. Panic lunges at Hyphen after she threatens Momoe, but his mouth is sliced at the jaws by her scythe. He falls to the ground, spasming and surrounded by a growing pool of blood. Out of shock and despair, Momoe falls to her knees and breaks down crying. Hyphen continuously stabs into him before kneeling down to pull his bloody flesh out. She turns around to reveal that she is eating Panic's flesh. Hyphen again approaches Momoe and force feeds her some of his flesh as well. This event scars Momoe for life, and she wakes up from nightmares where she remembers Panic's death. Despite being completely caught off guard by what hatched from their pomanders, the girls grow to love them. Even though each of the girls' pomander creatures are unique, they all have many similarities as well. Their pomander has to be warmed for them to hatch due to them all being reptilian and being cold-blooded. All of them are intensely loyal and protective of their respective owners, even going as far as dying for them. While in their small forms, they can be kept as normal pets in the real world, which strengthens their bonds with their owners. In the egg world, their favorite food are the enemies known as haters. With their large size and appetite, they become the perfect addition to the team. If the girls become overwhelmed with enemies, their respective pets will lessen the numbers by eating them. They do whatever they can to protect the girls from wonder killers with their unique abilities. This includes Leon's tongue to swing off of, Pinky's speed, Monon's hard shell, and Panic's powerful bite. The pomander charms themselves are useful for communicating with each other. While the girls are in the egg world, they can speak into the pomander and the others will hear them. This becomes useful for synchronizing in battle together. As of right now, these four are the only known pomanders, and it appears that when they die in the egg world, they stay dead. Leon and presumably Pinky are the two that survived to the end of the series. Thank you all for indulging yourselves in all this information thus far. I hope you enjoyed it. Now there are a few more things that I'd like to go over before the video ends. Firstly, if you're in the mood for some great storytelling, We the Celestials has got you covered. Our We the Celestials My Hero Academia and Naruto What If channels retell the story of their namesake anime with a twist. Check it out if you're interested. Secondly, on behalf of We the Celestials, I'd like to thank everyone involved in production of today's awesome content. Their details can be found in the description below. Lastly, if you're interested in what we do here at We the Celestials, then I'd like to extend you an invitation to join the team. The only caveat being that we only accept members from 16 years and up to join our crew. You can sign up for whichever category fulfills your interest by joining the recruitment Discord using the link in the description below. We're always looking for members to join us. Well, that's it from us for today's video, so thank you all for watching and have a great day.